Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move forward with projected industry hiring over the next 5 to 10 years. The good news, according to Tribune Business News in a 2014 article, airlines ready for a pilot hiring spree. Now, I believe this extends to all entry-level positions. And folks, that's people like you and me. The airlines do a good job of offering incentivized hiring programs. Some airlines offer programs that get you in the door and keep you happy and satisfied while you're employed. Lufthansa does an outstanding job at both. However, let's take a moment to recognize the industry's most recent tragedy and acknowledge the lives lost in the Alps. Indeed, there are rotten apples in every industry, which means standards must be kept high when hiring any airline employee. This applies to pilots, crews, mechanics, and of course, air traffic controllers. Safety is always first and foremost. And yet that absolutely does not limit hiring potential over the next decade. Another worry or concern in this digital age, how many jobs will be lost or phased out due to the increased use of automations? In my opinion, no amount of automation will keep the industry from hiring over the next 5 to 10 years. That concurs with what the Straits Times wrote in a 2013 article. The U.S. airline industry will need to hire 1,900 to 4,500 new pilots annually over the next 10 years due to an expected surge in retirements of pilots reaching age 65 and an ever-increasing demand for air travel. Doesn't get any better than this, folks. And the potential is highest amongst regional carriers. Again, the Times points out 11 out of 12 regional airlines failed to meet their hiring targets for entry-level pilots last year. And the air traffic control towers always have room. According to a airline industry informational dated 2005, the FAA stated a plan that includes hiring 12,500 controllers over the next 10 years to cover projected controller losses. Now, we've reached that point in time, but I don't see the hiring rate dropping. Let's talk incentives. Many new programs just waiting for you. SkyWest and ExpressJet, Delta, and even Alaska Airlines, just to name a few, offer a unique hiring program or a variation of it that would guarantee their subsidiary pilots mainline positions without having to go through the interview process again. And as we all know, that can be very painful. Now, let's move to the wrench turning side of the airline industry. And I can speak personally that as a manager of 20 AH-64 Delta Apache attack helicopters. My soldiers in uniform do not have the time to dedicate to aircraft maintenance. Training and administrative taskings usually are priority. It's a shame, but it's true. And I'm always looking for good civilian mechanics and technicians. Now, this industry is a contract industry, the military. The work is good and steady. So in short, the major airlines will lose pilots to retirement. And it's almost a sure thing that hiring rates will grow as the industry continues to grow. Thank you.